Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at therapyhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is the reading for Capricorn, and I'm going to be using the Animal Wisdom deck. And I'm doing these readings a bit differently. It is going to be for October, so it is kind of like a monthly general, but it's not the way I've been doing it before because, like I told you guys, I just need to do something different just to keep me going. So what I decided to do is to focus these readings more on healing versus fortune telling and predictions. So being that we're already in the month of October, these readings are more focused on the present right now than really predicting the future. And so what I wanted to ask the cards is really what we all need to heal ourselves right now. What is the area of our lives that need healing, that really needs, our focus and our attention? Because I just feel personally that the tarot is a very powerful tool, but it's even more powerful when it's used in our own self-improvement versus just using it for predictions and telling fortunes. So that's what we're doing right now. So let's see what is showing up for Capricorn. Let's see what you need to heal away right now in your life, Capricorn. So your first card is the same as the Leo. So your whole thing, I guess, like the Leos too, is about power. And you guys saw me shuffle this up pretty good, and this still came back. So I feel like for you, power is your focus as well. How you use your power, how you're manifesting, what you're creating at this time, how you use your abilities right now, how you use your intellect and your smarts. Are you using it in ways that are really helping you, or are they hindering you in some kind of way? Do you feel like a magician? Do you feel very powerful in creating your own destiny right now? Or do you feel kind of helpless and feel like, certain situations are out of your hands or out of your control? The magician tells us that there's actually plenty that is within our control, but we have to be able to master our power, master the ability to be able to have a certain amount of control, a lot more, not just leaving everything for fate and destiny, basically, but actually being in the driving seat and doing what you need to do in order to create the life that you want to create for yourself. So that's just something for you to bear in mind and to think about in terms of your life right now. The following card is the Seven of Fossils. So again, I kind of see for you, like, yes, you can use your power in really beneficial ways, especially when it comes to maybe finances and money with this Deer card. But it's saying that, things may be moving slowly. It may take time for you to really see the payoff, or for you to see where your investment has really gone, or what is produced as a result. But I kind of see that for you, Capricorn, being patient isn't that bad a thing. I think you can be patient, and especially if you know that you've made a sensible decision and you know that the investment is going to be really profitable in the end, I don't think you'll have any problems with the wait. So I think the Magician with the Seven of Fossils is actually a really good sign for business, and it's a really good sign for, again, investing in yourself, or investing financially into maybe stocks, bonds, whatever you're kind of into. Or, that card can even talk about how we invest our time and what we pay attention to, and using our time and our money and our efforts to benefit ourselves in some kind of way, to reproduce something that is going to have a payoff, or going to have a really good outcome for ourselves. So let's kind of see what the last card is out of the three. You have the Nine of Feathers. So the Nine of Feathers kind of represents our fears, how we feel trapped, our worries, our concerns. So maybe again, worries and concerns may show up because of things that we're not seeing the results, not seeing, the fast turnover that we expected to see. Maybe it's going to make you feel uncertain about certain things, are going to make you feel like, should I have made that choice when things seem to be progressing so slow? And I think that's why the Magician showed up as, focusing on what you need to heal, because it's kind of saying that I think that some of you guys are really afraid of feeling a sense of control or power. Like maybe you feel that you can't exert yourself in certain ways, or you feel like when you have exerted yourself, again, the payoff has taken a very long time. And maybe you're kind of thinking to yourself, why is it every time I try to do something, it just doesn't happen the way I want it to, or the timing isn't how I want it to be. And I kind of see that, like, that might be what is generating the worries and the fears. And it's really the word that is really popping out in my mind is uncertainty. And I think that's kind of what's driving you crazy, is you don't like things being uncertain, because of course you're on earth sign, you want things to be as they're supposed to be. You want to see the results. It has to be tangible, it has to make sense to you. But if you're in a situation where things are a bit shaky, and they it makes you sort of nervous, and you need that to feel that sense of stability in your life or in what you're doing. And I kind of feel that maybe you're in a predicament where you're not really feeling that way. So it might be kind of scary. And again, a crow can represent an ending too. So maybe you might be scared of something ending, with the raven, two kind of black birds in color. So that might be a worry as well, that maybe you've been waiting on something for a long time, and maybe you do hear about something, and it's not as you expected it to be, or maybe it ends abruptly or something like that, and that's sort of unnerving to you as well. Okay. And I'm focused on the moon card that is showing up in the crows. So it could be saying with the moon that there's things that you're feeling internally that maybe you're finding it difficult to express to other people. Like maybe you don't want other people to see how worried you are about certain things, because maybe on the outside you're trying to make it seem that you can manage and you are getting through, and maybe things are a little bit harder than what you're really saying to people they are. So it could be like hidden fears as well showing up at this time. So let's kind of see what shows up in the last card. You have the Tower. Didn't I talk about feeling unnervous, like feeling unsettled? That's the right word. Feeling unsettled and things not being stable, and then the Tower shows up, and it makes complete and utter sense, because the Tower does shake up everything, and I love this interpretation of the Tower. Shakes up everything, changes everything. You feel nervous, you feel scared. Basically, it's how you feel when like an earthquake happens. Like everything is just shaken up and is out of place. And it's difficult to deal with the turmoil. It's difficult to deal with everything being all over the place. And so, but at the same time, the Tower can destroy things, because this is like the quickener, and things does happen quickly with the Tower and suddenly. But it doesn't always have to be a hugely negative thing. I think sometimes we need to shake things up because things have been too stuck where they are. And I think for some of you guys, the Seven of Fossils can be representing feeling stuck, feeling like there's no progress, feeling like everything is so slow. And then all of a sudden the Tower comes in to create something more sudden, to move things, to shake things. Now, again, it can be unnerving, especially when it's something that is completely out of the blue and wasn't what necessarily you wanted to happen. But at the same time, it's making things move. And so what I would say to you now is, regardless of how things are moving, whether it seems that it's for your situation or against your situation, it's saying that it's all going to end up in the right direction that it needs to go in. Because you have to move forward. It can't be stuck anymore. It can't be stifled anymore. Things have to move forward. So that's where this shakeup is coming through. And you just have to kind of believe that things is going to fall into the right place. It's kind of funny how we began on the Magician, because the Magician has a completely different energy to the Tower, because I would say the Tower is something that happens that's outside of our control, whereas the magician is what we can control. But at the same time, I guess we also have to learn the lesson that sometimes even that which we feel that we should have control over, we don't necessarily have all the control. We don't necessarily have all the answers. We don't necessarily have all the know-how. Sometimes life just happens. Events just happen. Like, no one plans for any natural disaster to take place. That's outside of our control. That's nature's doing. So it's almost like saying that if you're trying to fight against nature, then you're always going to lose, basically. If you're trying to fight for what you want for yourself and the universe is supporting you in that, then it's going to happen. Because that's what the magician also is about. It's about connecting yourself with the universe and being in line with what the universe wants for you. But sometimes, the universe again has its own plans, and and then that's when we cannot always control the outcome in that way. And I think for some of you guys, maybe that's what also might be causing some of the upset as well. So yes, that's your reading, Capricorn. Peace and many blessings to you. I'll be seeing you. Bye.